what we need to get done. I've finished 2 maps already so far, Matt. I think you're better just checking in on what you're doing. I finished 2 maps. I finished contour maps, and I finished mining for data. So I'll get them up and on the mentor community at some stage soon. So where are we up to in here? Is this really the most recent one of these I've got? Oof. Thought I'd put more work in on this. So 4th of July tomorrow, right? Looks like it did when I went in the first time. Not blank or grass, just a cell. So I might not have lost all of that work. I might have sent Trish an updated version of it. Yeah, July 4th tomorrow, yeah? Independence Day. So... oh, that's right. I needed to go around and copy all of these, and when you clone them, the commands don't go all that way and everything. I remember now. Oh, and this doesn't have the resource pack. Now... does that mean the resource pack is broken? Why didn't that send? Is it sending or not? Hang on a second. Get this up. It did send. The ground is moving. Makes you feel woozy. So, where then? See, it says it's in there. No errors were found. Reload it, please. Hang on, half of them work, half of them don't. This stuff's working. What is going on? If I go silent, it may be just I'm asleep. It's not your fault that I can't keep you awake. Yeah, right. Let's download that. Yeah, so the animal cell texture pack is in here. But the energy stuff isn't. So I thought it updated, obviously not. I thought it updated to that, so let's jump out of here, save and quit. Alright, let's... ooh, that was really loud. Okay, so now where is it? This one. Ah, see, it's got the grass underneath it, yeah. So this isn't the most recent. If I could type. That's a shame. So I need to find the right texture pack. So everything disappear. See, there's an animal cell pack energy included here. What's in here? Okay. So if I rename you to MC Pack, yes, I go into here, I'll show you what I'm up to. We throw you out here, throw you in here, go back, settings, resources. I might have to quit and come back in again to reload that. Let's see what happens if I go back into here, minus you and add you. No, let's just quit and come back in, just to make sure. Let's get you done so you don't get that bar across the top. Let's go in here. There we go. It's just I must have put in the old animal cell resource pack from somewhere else when I updated. So there we go, we're back to normal there now. I want you there, I want you there, I want you there, you there. Okay. All right. So I am tapped out brain-wise right now. so what I'm thinking I might do is sketch out where we are and what we're doing with the cell membrane, which should be this. What's that noise? Because if this is the area they're in, then this is the area I want them keeping the cell going, I guess, is what we're trying to do. So it doesn't need to be a huge area. I wish I had long build, but it does have to come out and around here somewhere. Even further out here. To include this guy. Actually, is this going to melt? I think Matt's already asleep. Okay, a little bit too close. So we can flow pretty much straight back through. Eyes is closed, still listening. Well, you don't want to watch anyway, it's just sickening me placing blocks at the moment. So we can loop back down around here, trying to wireframe out the cell. So much easier. Last time I did this. Organic shapes are hard when you can only place 5 blocks away. Let me see, I want about that far out there. In reality. Right. In terms of vertical height, need to come up here. We can start sinking back down a bit. You. I'm not saying much, Matt. How'd you type with your eyes closed? That's the real question. Right. I don't know whether I actually need them bounded in the cell membrane per se, but I think immersion purposes wise, it's probably worth pursuing, because I'm probably going to do the same thing I'm going to have to redo with the animal cell and delete all of the chunks and blocks and all that sort of stuff around it, so that this is in a void world as well. This is sort of getting me the bounds I want. Just I'm not sure it's natural enough for me though. Might have to spend a fair bit of time making it a bit more. It's actually not too bad. It's quite organic. The underneath is going to be the problem because we've only got down to there. So realistically, we don't want to go much lower than the ground anyway. Excuse me. We don't want to go much lower than the ground anyway. has a much smaller build than the other animal cell, which is both a good and a bad thing. Alright. We're getting there. Okay. What are we going to look like up and over here? Let's come up a bit here, just because we can. Come back down a bit. No, that's going up. Building down is much harder than building up. Maybe I should build up from here. That's asleep to the dulcet tones of me. I'm with him though. Sometimes it's easier to fall asleep with noise in your ears. Sometimes it's not, but sometimes it certainly is. It's actually pretty good. I'm not unimpressed with what I've created so far. Like I said, building up was easier. So I want to be up around that height here, I reckon. So if that's where I want to be, too bad a shape. If we just come this here. Welcome to organic shapes in Minecraft. Spam the button until you're happy. I like the idea of this coming up and out here to meet this like that, and then you will pretty much just loop straight around like that. All right. Few more skeletons to do, or wireframes. We need to come out from here. Up and out to here a bit. Yeah. Hey Dave, how you going? Yes, it is. It's the I can't remember if you were around for the energy transfer stuff. I've brain deaded myself over the last 4 hours doing command blocks and map creation and other stuff. So I'm doing something a little bit easier on the old noggin, and just randomly placing blocks. So same map, only I haven't done anything because I think I said I was going to do all of this creation, all of this map was going to be done on camera, or on stream or whatever, because I'm interested to know how many hours it actually takes for me to build something like this, and I think it's an interesting experience to show something from start to finish like this. So what's news? Any news? You were doing exams last time we spoke. Yes, anyone can place random blocks to make something. That's very, very true. Yeah, you were doing exams last time we spoke, I think. How did they go? But it takes skill to make randomness into something. I don't know if it's skill. But I appreciate the sentiment. Failed AP physics. Oh, I'm really sorry, man. That sucks. I couldn't do physics. I tried it at university. I don't know how that relates to you. First year university, so first year after high school. AP engineering, language comp, and A push. What's A push? But I just I've got a science noggin. Oh no, I passed. What, physics? Winning. Bomber test to get extra credits for it. Okay, so you pass. So it's like so I got a couple of what's called near passes, where they say, yeah, okay, we'll give you credit for it, but you did a really terrible job and you don't really deserve it. So is it something along those lines, like we'll give you credit for it, but you did pretty dodge? AP US history. Okay, I'd fail that one. What does AP stand for? Because that's another thing that needs to relate to something in my head. Advanced placement. So how many years of university study do you have to do an advanced placement? So it's because I understand very little about the American schooling system. The words are all wrong. And I mean that very, very nicely as I possibly can. The words are all just different to what we use here. You're in high school. Okay, so what's AP there? So advanced placement. So okay, at the risk of sounding like a stalker, how old are you? I'm not trying to stalk you and find you, and I don't think there's anyone else here. Let me check who else is online before you start sharing this info. I think the rest, it's only Matt and you, I'm pretty sure. And Matt's not going to hunt you down. He's asleep anyway. So it's not university, it's high school, but it's like senior high school, is it, by chance? So like 17, 18-year-old kind of stuff. Because I thought AP was basically taking college courses. It is college, so it is university. We call college university here. So you're 17, okay. So you're what we would call like a year 11 or year 12 over here, doing your final year or two of education prior to university. So it's sort of your age level that I'm targeting this cell at in my head. Year 12, yeah. Okay, so that would be year 12 here. Okay. And you do some college courses. Well, going into year 12. Oh, yeah, because it's, of course, it's the end of the school year over there, isn't it? We're just halfway through here. Okay. So next year is your final year before you go to. Yes. It's always good to get a little bit of a head start on that stuff. I did want that one there. Come back here. Pay to apply, really? That's interesting. Here you don't have to pay to apply, but you don't have to pay to go. Not necessarily up front, but you do. Ooh. So you're actually going to have to. I want you to be about that height. If you've already taken the test, you can send over your info for 3 colleges for free. Okay. Also, the advanced start, don't have to pay for classes you already took. Okay, so it is quite beneficial for you long term to be doing it this way. Yeah, schooling costs, doesn't it? It's unfortunate, but a very unfortunate fact of life at the moment. It took me a few years, but I am no longer in debt for my after high school study. I think my wife is still in debt, which is interesting, but I'm not anymore, which was a good feeling. But it is expensive. See, so you just just moved too quick. I was complaining before about moving too slow, and now I'm moving too quick. Only one. That's a good place to be if you've only got one problem. Yeah, it is a pretty major problem, and I wasn't trying to make light of it, but trying to arrange your future is really hard. I don't envy you at all. I went to university studying science, and I was doing some tutoring of high school kids while I was doing it, and then that was it. I was like, this is what I need to do for the rest of my life. I need to teach. And from there, things have just gotten to where I am today. But that initial decision, the reason I chose science was not because it was necessarily what I wanted to do. It was what I was good at and what I knew I would get into, almost, for lack of a better way of saying it. But it's I guess part of it is about following passion. Life advice with Edu Elfie. Part of it is following your passion. But the same thing, like, I don't know if it's the same in America, but I'm assuming it is. The global, what's the right way of saying this? The global jobs market is very different now, and continues to change in ways that we can't predict. I mean, it used to be that you would have a job and you would do that job and make a career out of it for the rest of your life, and that is certainly not the case now. Over here, I think people between the age of let's say 20 and 30 have like 7 different jobs or something, whereas they used to have 1 or 2. Now they have closer to 7 or 8, something like that. I'm making the numbers up, but it is that sort of process, I guess, that it is. You're not locked in. There are plenty of opportunities to go elsewhere, and follow that passion, whatever that passion may be. It's just a matter of keeping your options open, and sometimes that means hard work, sometimes it means long hours, and sometimes it means getting lucky. Okay, that's interesting. As I said, I had very little experience over there. I've only been twice, and that was only for a couple of conferences and things. So if Matt was still awake, wake up, Matt. He'd be able to tell you, because he was a teacher and he's now not a teacher anymore. Or not a practicing teacher might be a better way of saying that. That is far too close. You need to come out here and rejoin that. Okay. It's feeling doable in terms of being able to move around in here and actually play the game per se. This is actually feeling like the space might be fairly reasonable. Okay. Where's the music going? It's going real quiet. Alright, enjoy. Take a bit of a drink myself. Nearly forgot to unmute myself. Okay. So in terms of space and scope, that's feeling like it's covering all the organelles. It feels spacious enough inside. This area here could do with a bit of a skeletal creep up here. Like so. And then it's just a matter of filling in the gaps, I guess. So long ago since I did it, I don't know how I did it last time. I remember part of it. But that part's not available anymore. Let's see this. Needs to come across like that. Basically what I need to do is be able to stand here and hold the button. That's the sort of way I did it last time, but it's a matter of getting, and you always, well, I always, as I said, it's easy to build up, so you would start here, and what I did, for example, because we had long build, we could place a long layaway. I could actually look at that block, hold down. Why? Why do you do that? That's so weird that you do that. I'm not even anywhere near the, I'm on this block though. Ah, but why place on that side of it? Why not place? You do if you're over 45. Okay, alright. Beginning to understand that. So here's an example of something I may or may not be able to reach. I'm not. Whoa. So let's put you out one. Like that. Ooh. There we go. Just closed in a bit of the cell. A tiny little bit, but a bit. It's a very straight line, that one. It needs to come. It's quite a vertical section of the cell wall here. Whoa. So it's just what I just keep doing, just keep building little skeleton bits. Like fill in this area here. Ding. All right. This area here looks like I might be able to fill it in fairly easy. Too far. What causes that flashing? There was some flashing there. What is it? Ah, it's through. And this bit here. This is bringing back some fairly solid memories. Building that animal cell. Well, I guess I am rebuilding it, aren't I? On a smaller scale. But whole natural forming of all the sort of random, non-random, I guess, is I'm getting those skeletons going. It's not bad. Oh. Yeah, I want to be around about there, I reckon. I can't come up, I've got to be at that level for a little bit there, and then I can start coming up. Right, and then so you come out of there like that. Right, it's getting there. So you and you really tie in at the same height there. You no, I want you and you. It's a double upset of the problem. That's not really. It's just the way this is handling the transparencies. So slow to walk on ice now. Swear it's not placing where I'm pointing sometimes. It's alright. It's really about you sweeping around to about here. It's just all I'm trying to do now is find places where the same heights are, or pretty close to, and link them up. The idea creating a bit of a skeletal structure to work from, I guess. And when that skeletal structure gets small enough, you can actually work in there. It's time 2 o'clock. Let's fill this in here. That's alright. So now we just doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to look like I want it to look. It's alright. Leave you, drop you. This whole sticky feet when you're building thing in creative mode sucks. As I said, I don't know whether it's in Bedrock or whether it's just Minecraft EE, but it's horrible. It just feels so unnatural. Doesn't feel like it should. Doesn't feel like it used to, is probably what I'm trying to say, as opposed to what it should feel like. And I'm sure I'll get used to it. It's just unpleasant at the moment. Transition phase. Sorry, email. Nice. Nice to have emails that have nice news. Come on. No, I don't want you there. Fill that in from the inside. All right. It's actually looking all right there. I'm starting to get those dodgy feelings when I do building like this. I probably should go back to mental stuff now. Yeah. Been flying around enough doing this. Time for a break from that.